And now we've got stuff like this. This is goat skin right here. And this guy uses the goat skin to go ahead and create what's an instrument. So cool. Sort of all this handcrafted instruments that are used here in Morocco.
Appreciation is a hard thing to arrive at. So often people travel to a destination to bask in the culture, dine on the incredible meals, and amaze at the beauty of what they are seeing. But most often when people travel, they don't get a chance to see how this amazingness is created and therefore never really appreciate the hard work that goes into the finished product. We just simply assume that handcrafted items happen automatically and carry on. We are now on our second day of the Morocco group trip, and today we have nothing but art on our minds. Artistic talent is truly a gift, but it also takes painstaking work to master the art form and create masterful pieces. We will spend the day in Marrakesh Souks applauding and appreciating the artists that make this incredible country run and enjoy the fruits of their labor. We started our second morning in Marrakesh with an incredible opportunity to take the artistry to heart, hand, or maybe even head. This morning we are getting tatted as a group.
Good morning from day 2 in Marrakesh. Fresh squeezed orange juice, you have to drink it here. Today we have so much fun happening, but we're gonna start the day with henna. You cannot come to Morocco and not get henna. We thought it would be a really fun setting to do it during breakfast so everyone could kind of relax and listen to music and eat breakfast. So everyone during breakfast, they're gonna have their coffee or their tea or their eggs, and then they're gonna be able to get henna on their arms or on their feet. So let's go check it out.
Bonjour, Monsieur Juan Carlos.
Hello, good morning.
How are you?
Fine, and you?
Are we having a yummy breakfast this day?
Yes, good, good.
How's it going, Emma?
Awesome.
If you want to see artistry in action, there is no better way to start than with body art and a hot breakfast.
No. So, can you eat with one hand is the question.
Yes, I can.
Everyone felt the vibe and got the most impressive henna art.
Is this your first time doing this?
Henna art cafe. Yes, it is.
There was so much to appreciate, and it was still before 9 a.m.
You happy?
Yes. All right, here's my henna, and now I'm getting some breakfast before I get cranky. But I'm making sure I'm not using someone else's fork here because there's a lot of silverware on the table right now. Ah, a clean fork.
It even got to the point where some of us, meaning a few of the boys, decided to get matching tattoos.
And so now we're doing the male version of the actual henna
Matching
art.
tattoos.
Look at this. This is so cute. We're gonna be BFFs.
Yeah. Only my wife is a little jealous.
Oh, that looks really good.
Cool.
Yeah. So basically, after you're done with the whole henna treatment, you sit under these heaters to go ahead and get yourself warm, and to get this thing nice and cool and dry, because that's the only way it's gonna stick.
And then there was my dad. He again stole the show with his outrageousness.
I 100% respect you for doing something you're totally afraid of.
And I still sometimes question where I get it from.
There's a lot of real estate up there, Terry.
But we could not stay in the riad all morning. Even though we were a bit tired from the street food tour from last night, we had things to do and people to see. We had to see art in depth and personal.
So we are now in day 2 of our Marrakesh experience. We're gonna be taking out artists, right?
Yeah, so we're gonna start from the Chuya wood market, then to the leather market, the ironsmiths, the ironsmiths, and the slippers maker in the leather market.
So we're gonna see basically what's in the souks, but being made firsthand.
Yeah.
All right, I'm so excited. This is the first part about Marrakesh that everyone wants to see, which is about the shopping. We're gonna see how the shopping is created, behind the scenes. So we're basically hanging out in the outskirts of the souks, meaning like the non-touristy center where the artisans go and fabricate all their amazing crafts. We are running into the most incredible thing so far. There's people like on the streets who look like they're whittling a stick, and next thing you know, well, check this out. That's impressive.
It is impressive.
And so this guy here is making chess pieces, just like that. Just like that, with like little pieces of wood, like a spinner. I am so impressed. Zween. So this guy just gave me one of these little pieces just as a little gift. And it just, look at this, it's so cool. He just made this with his hands. Look at that.
We knew that we were just brushing on the subject of the artists on the street. So once we got into the heart of the souks, there was going to be a whole world which would be unveiled.
We're now going to visit the oldest iron worker in this area. They make the coolest locks. Look at this, guys. This actually works. Look. Isn't that cool? Seriously.
And they make it all by hand.
Right, and they make it all by hand. And can you imagine carrying this lock around? Like, will you and lose the keys ever?
That'd be a hell of a can of beer. So go ahead and hold on to that. So this guy that we're looking at here is Don, from generations to generations of being able to be an iron worker and a locksmith. And he's got it from his grandfather, who got it from his great-grandfather, so forth and so on. These people used to deal with the royalty of the country. They still do. They build the locks for the actual doors of the country, or of the city.
You got it,
Laura, what do you think about the locks? Now you remember, you break it, you buy it, okay?
You can hold it to see. And something else. This is the Arab locks. You know? This is the Arab locks. Can be open like this. And he has the Berber locks. Let me show you the Berber locks. You know? You see the difference? This is the key. Wow. Now it's closed. You put the key in here and you push like this and it's open. And it works that way. To understand how it works, you need to see. Now it's locked. You can try. Try. Put it through. Yes, the other side. Yes. Good.
Wow.
Are they easy to break?
No, not really. Very hard to break. You need this key to break it.
These locks are not just decorative, although they really are, but they are highly functional. The problem is finding a place to use it. I couldn't even imagine getting one of these masterpieces dirty.
These are gorgeous, but do many people use them on their house?
Unfortunately, not anymore.
Because they don't want to carry around that key?
Well, it's such a big key first, and also today the doors are not as old, as big as they used to be. Now most of the people in this country are using electronic doors.
Right? The keypad?
If there's one thing you see everywhere you go in Morocco, it's beautifully laid tile. It's in the homes, the shops, the restaurants, you name it. It's so incredibly pervasive that you kind of take it for granted as you walk through this country. But this incredibly beautiful tile work, which can utilize thousands of perfectly cut pieces just for one room, is insanely enough done by hand.
So we're now in a handmade tile shop, and we're seeing this guy just make perfectly shaped hearts with nothing but a hammer. With a hammer. I can barely hit a nail with a hammer.
Been brought from Spain and been developed all around Morocco.
Wow. Beautiful. Merci. I love it.
That's so cool.
He made this in like, what, 30 seconds you'd say? It's beautiful. Wow, I love it.
Now we need like 1,000 more and we can decorate
Right, right. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. The backsplash of a house we don't have, but we will have in France one day.
One would be remiss to not recognize the artistry of the food. In this case, we didn't get to see the food being made. You can check out the last video for that. But we definitely did oogle at the Mediterranean meze and tagine we had for lunch. We had just one rule for the food. Before you eat it, you have to document it.
How is it, guys? We're busy taking pictures. We're going to dive in just a second.
The food here in Morocco is not just delicious, it also photographs very well.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this broadcast for a special announcement from WorldTowning Voyages.
In 2018, our family set off from Morocco on an 8-week trip that excited our minds and senses. We left the country with a feeling of fulfillment that we have never before experienced in any other location. In November 2020, we are returning to this enchanting place, and we want to take you with us. Join our WorldTowning Voyages community for 11 days of magic in Morocco. Together, we will become deeply immersed in this rich culture, explore the sights, savoring the taste and experiencing life up close and personal with the people who shape this warm and vibrant land. Our Morocco experience made us better travelers and opened our hearts in new and surprising ways. We are sure it will do the same for you. The group will be small to ensure an authentic experience. As such, space is limited, so don't delay. For information to sign up, check out the link below. We can't wait to show you Morocco.
Hope to see you in November. Okay, now back to the show.
The next stop was the one place where we needed to have full stomachs because we were going to be there for a while.
Our next stop is, where are we going? Into leather?
Wool.
Wool. Oh boy, this could be dangerous.
We're going to learn about and maybe even buy Moroccan carpets. This, ladies and gentlemen, is where the day got very serious.
Everyone's giving like the shopping tour of the century at this point. We're talking about handcrafted, amazing rugs.
We started off with a discussion of the ground rules. Like what you like, dislike what you dislike, but as far as price, that is a negotiation. Everyone had their poker faces on.
Of course, any price you pay, you're not sure if you pay the real price or not, but in this place, it's a reasonable price to everyone.
Carpets in Morocco are big business. They are hand-woven by artists all over the country and brought to cooperative housings like this one, where travelers can either do some hardcore window shopping or score a deal on a keepsake that will last a lifetime.
This is a homemade, look at this. So please.
And how much does that cost?
It's a price writing on.
The problem is what to get. There are so many styles and types of wool to choose from.
This will never burn, right?
Never.
Ever.
Any one of these.
That's crazy. It's not going to smell that great though.
Like the chicken. Yeah.
In addition, assortments, sizes, colors, it's mind-blowing.
So how many rugs are we going to see today?
We arrived to the ceiling. Look at those. This is the camel. So feel.
Okay, so we're now at the part of the entire artisan tour in which we're looking at, and it's sort of artisan and shopping all sort of blend into one. So the rugs here in Morocco are a huge thing.
To know if it is handmade, we see it on two sides. But if machine made, we see just one side. If shwiya not.
We had no idea where to start or end with what carpet to narrow down to, so the process was made way easier with group decision making.
Oh, this one's pretty.
I will show you one, and you will love it now. If you have a place for it.
That's bigger than the room.
So as we're going through all these rugs, the salesman guy is basically asking everyone whether you like them or not. La means maybe, mumkin, sorry, la means no, mumkin means maybe. We'll see what happens here.
The decision making was clear and decisive.
Really? Mumkin?
I like that one.
We were all getting into the spirit, even if everyone was not in the market for a new carpet.
Munkin.
Why are you saying maybe?
What? I wasn't doing that. that was lady throwing her voice.
And finally, it was time for the sales.
How much is that rug?
This one? Yes, one.
Can you just drop it? Yep.
Ah.
Perfect.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with that one. Just.
Are we really talking about?
Yeah, I am.
And for my mom, I had to step in. After all, this process is a negotiation.
600?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I need it for less.
Believe me.
This is my mom and my dad, and I need it for less. What can you give it to me for less? Please.
You deserve it. It's no problem. You pay 500.
500? Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you very much.
You deserve it. No problem. Make a small package.
Okay.
You're a good daughter, Jess.
Thank you. All right, who's next?
This is my best friend from last week.
I actually like that.
So with that, we're leaving the rugs. 3 carpets purchased. I didn't expect that. I thought it was just gonna be a demonstration and sort of walk away, but I'm pretty impressed. You know, Christmas is along the way, so people are just stocking up. 3 carpets. That's good. Support the local economy.
From carpets to now shoes, the artistry of the Marrakesh Souks is taking its final turn.
And then you turn a corner and you're like in Shoeville. So this is where they're making these slippers that are decorating all of these wonderful shops all throughout the Marrakesh Souks. Well, they're made like right over here. They're dyeing the leather, they're going and crafting them, they're cutting them, they're sewing them. This is basically from the shoes, the sandal pieces that they're cutting up, This is like a total working factory.
As we're heading towards custom-made, hand-stitched shoes.
So this is now how we make all the shoes, right? So these wonderful slippers that you find here in Morocco, they're made by hand.
Yes.
And then this is, look at this guy. You're just weaving it all together, aren't you?
2 needles.
So how much time does it take to make one of these?
1 day, sir.
1 day?
1 day to make 1 pair.
1 day to make 1 pair.
Yes.
Now these are the handmade ones.
Yes.
How much? These are more expensive than the ones you find in the normal suits.
Yeah, this is because they're 100% leather and 100% stitched by hand. They cost a little bit more than the others, the glued one or something like that.
Well, how much do you normally charge for one of these?
For 20 dirhams, 420.
420. Okay.
420 dirhams for the best quality.
Okay, so it's not bad.
Leather sole and goat skin and
And you can wear that anywhere or just in the house?
anywhere, outside too.
Outside too.
Yeah.
And how long would that last? How long does that sandal last?
3 years or 2 years and a half.
3 years old.
Yeah.
Let me tell you that we were blown away by how incredibly comfortable and durable these handmade slippers were. Although there were not too many purchases made here, there were a lot of regrets by those who walked away and did not buy any. But let's get real, you can't buy everything, can you? And with that, the Day of Artists ended with an esteemed understanding of the artist behind the art. The group adjourned for an evening of kicking back and reminiscing about the day's adventure.
Cheers!
That half will do that.
Cheers to
With this, our adventures exploring Marrakesh will end and our discovery of Morocco will continue onto places more off the beaten path. Until next time, make sure to hit that subscribe button to see more world-towning adventures.
So after much pestering, we were able to convince Baba to get a henna tattoo on his head.
Baba being
My grandpa.
Are you okay with that, Terry?
I'm good. The power of a granddaughter.
Is this the most daring Terry's ever been?
Oh God, I'm surprised he's sitting there doing that. Yeah, definitely.